Been in my dad era, right? So I thought I would kickstart this video with a little bit of fun. So let's get right into it. Do you ever feel like you're sat there and you're like, I want to write my content without actually having a case study, without putting Josh and Tom and Sarah and Lara in the spotlight, or see other coaches, creators, solopreneurs sort of put out all of this content that gets other people in the spotlight, and you see the same case study over and over again, and you might be sat there wondering, but I don't want to do a case study. I don't want to go and fetch results and, just toot other people's horns. And, if you felt like that, you're not alone, because I started expressing myself about 2 or so years ago, in the way that I'm going to tell you in this video. And basically, every time I decided to go in a different way and just showcase everything that I was doing in my business, problem solving, sharing insights, sort of being like the mad scientist, speaking freely from a place of me just having done the thing, I then became the main character in a way in the eyes of other people, and actually really enjoyed the writing or the process of sharing the insight rather than having to do the case study, right? So there's a few fundamentals that once you learn that I'm going to share in this video, you won't be able to unsee it, and you'll realize you don't any longer need any case studies to do anything. You don't need to share results. You can then, if you have, just use them to supplement your processes, but it will make your writing so much easier. And this video comes to a question that I was asked inside Modern Maker, my community, because I deal with people that are making, let's say, 300K a month, but others that haven't made 3K, or they're just starting or pivoting or whatever it is. And some people may not have case studies, or others are just burnt out by that whole cyclical nature. And basically what it is people have lost trust in the market, right? Because let's say in 2023, I come from the LinkedIn universe where I've grown an audience of 54,000 people. When I started in 23, there was a lot of hype in there, right? Like anything you said would just skyrocket upwards. And then came the era of sort of trying to gain trust by sharing screenshots. So everyone was like, there's 10K there, there's 5K there, there's 3K there, and so on and so forth. But actually what happened is now we're in this sort of hangover period where, we're sort of like, I don't trust as easily or whatever, or maybe people feel smarter because of AI. You can just literally type anything and get someone from A to B, or people just naturally feel that they have everything at their fingertips. So when I say share processes and not case studies, I'll share an example because I think it's the easiest way for me to sort of put this on paper for you, where I call this demonstration content. Demonstration being, like, I come from a musical background, so I never actually had to tell people I was good at guitar back in the day. All I had to do was pick up the guitar and start playing, whether I was at a jazz gig or I was in my prog rock band or whatever. And through the process of playing, people were like, oh, he's good, or hey, can you teach my son or daughter how to play guitar, and so on and so forth. And that was me just showing up and demonstrating that I'm good at the instrument, or people would come to the live show. So I took that principle from like almost a decade ago and brought it into my content creation. Because nowadays I use what I call show content. And show content is at the intersection of all of the stuff you do in your business, right? And how you show up in life, which I'll get to the life part in a second. But the fundamentals are that you do not create content, you actually collect it from experiences that have happened to you in the past week, month, day, 5 minutes ago, or whatever it is. So I like referring to it as sort of like a mad scientist who, my calendar is my best friend. So in order to show you what I've done, I have to then collect the process of something. So one of my most viewed videos on here is called Watch Me Write 7 LinkedIn Posts in 33 Minutes, where I literally started with an empty document and I walked people through the process of basically writing content. So I'm going to take a short break here because my cats are going nuts and I found that fun. But essentially, all I had to do was whip out my keyboard and talk them through a process of, ideation, grabbing the hook, writing out the ideas and transcribing them into a post, and then having the call to action on the bottom, and then editing, scheduling, and so on and so forth. But you may see somebody that doesn't need a case study, for example, show you how to take a watermelon pip and plant it so it, seeds itself and then turns into a watermelon tree, right? You may watch somebody change a light bulb and it's almost like a how-to, but this time it stems from your point of view with your insight on what happened and the realizations that you had through that process. So the example that I gave this student is if I wanted to show how I bought back 8 hours of my time, I recorded like a 40-second Instagram reel the other day of how I save 8 hours of accounting per month. And I said, number one, I downloaded Claude Code. I wrote some Python scripts. I connected my Stripe API. It pulls down all my invoices and then reads my Gmail. And from there creates a zip folder that I sent to my accountant. Now that manually took 8 hours a month because of the low ticket products that I sell, the services and all of that. Like I have 4 or 5 different Stripe accounts. Irrelevant. But the process of me documenting that, whether it was text or a reel, is what makes this so interesting, right? So then what started happening is under that post, people were going, hey, can you send me the Claude prompt? How did you piece this together? Is the Stripe API key safe? And so on and so forth. So it started generating inbound leads for me by just me demonstrating or showing the process of, in this case, automating my accounting. When I then wrote another LinkedIn post showing how I write 7 posts in less than an hour, I simply said, I have a Google Keep. I jot down my ideas, I write them, etc., etc. That again is procedural, but inside of that, I also share the insight. Maybe there's a lesson in there. Maybe there's some sort of little technique that I use in order to make my ideation or the entire process faster. And by doing that, that is process-driven content. That is me showing what it is I'm doing on a day-to-day. So then I realized, if I look at my calendar, I've done coaching and consulting and I've solved problems. Or if I look in my WhatsApp and my emails, I'm answering questions. And all of these things have processes that I can share. So consciously, even this video is very demonstrative, right? Because I'm breaking down the process of creating a process, which is very meta, but that's what it is, of writing, or rather collecting content rather than creating it. So that's the show side of the process. The other side is the share side. So we've talked about show. Sharing is your hobbies, your interests, your values, your opinions, which basically make you who you are. I wouldn't say they're a major part of this video, but they're a major part of you building your own brand and being seen and recognized and liked, where people basically fetch their credit card and want to work with you. Because I could just be a random marketer or business consultant or handyman or lawyer or accountant, but sharing your point of view and your hobbies and your interests and all of that makes you you, and people buy who you are before buying what you do. So I've already done a video on showing versus sharing. So in this video, I wanted to share more of the process-driven side of it. So what I found by doing that over and over again, like I talk a lot about game plans and funnels and things like that, is my secret is, if I was on the phone to someone and I could share the entirety of what I did, but not the entirety of how I did it, then people can see, they can map out where they have to go, where they have to look, what they have to do, but they wouldn't be able to pick apart exactly how to get there. But in that process, you are the mad scientist who's already come through the other side. you have that insight that they can see is valuable, and they start leading with questions. So particularly when somebody's getting started or has pivoted into a new business, it comes to me, I'm like, you don't need a case study once you understand these core fundamentals of extracting content from the business and from the actions you've already done. I've gotten a few sort of Claude vibe coders and web developers and people like that where I'm like, that's even better, because you can even ask Claude to tell you what it's done, and then you can document, you can collect the process of actually building the thing. One of my successful LinkedIn posts last month was demonstrating and showing the process of building an MCP. And a lot of non-technical people were like, what's an MCP? Now that I understand it, how can I have that in my business? Can I hire you to build an MCP for me? And I did this whole workshop. There's a video of it. It's actually free on my channel, where I put up the Claude skills and I demonstrated where we took somebody from a corporate setting and built his entire funnel using the MCP. But you see, that is demonstration. And for me, I'm very passionate because I dislike marketing. I actually love sharing processes and demonstrating what I do in my content, simply because people don't have to be persuaded. They just simply have to follow along, get into your world, see what you're doing, and then buy if they want to, right? So that's all I wanted to sort of throw in when it comes to process-driven work. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions or thoughts, you can drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next video.